Broadcasting live worldwide.
98.7 Red Dirt Rebel, Oklahoma's home for Red Dirt. Getting ready to talk to a good old artist right here, Nate Burnham. He's got a great new single out, and we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more here momentarily. And it's all brought to you by the Billingsley family of dealerships. You know where to find them, BillingsleyUSA.com. Find a location near you. And you can also schedule your service appointments, which is outstanding, with Quick Lane on there as well. And did you know that Billingsley is pretty much a one-stop shop when you get your vehicle? You can also get your insurance taken care of there as well. Now, that's what I call a win-win. Make sure you find a location near you, BillingsleyUSA.com. I want to thank Tower Theater, Beer City Music Hall, Pony Boy for always providing top-notch entertainment for the Oklahoma City metro area. Find an event near you right now at TowerTheaterOKC.com. You'll be so glad you did. Also like to thank Cattleman's Bank. They are always there to help you with your financials. Talk to Tara Holder today here in Altus. You'll be glad you did that as well. And quickly, I'd like to tip my hat to the man who makes all of this possible, Mr. Chad Fox. He is the boss, the one that makes things happen for the Rebel with Fox Radio Incorporated. I'm telling you, we have a host of radio stations that service Southwest Oklahoma and beyond at foxradio.fm. Hey, Nate. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me today. Let's talk a little bit about how you got to this point musically and what's going on with this new single we're going to be spinning here shortly.
I grew up in Houston, and I think I got into music in a roundabout way. I didn't grow up wanting to or dreaming to be a musician, but I had a buddy who opened a studio in Houston called Wire Road Studios, and I had an opportunity to cut an album. So I did that, and I cut it back in 2012, but I started a business the same year because I was naive enough to think I could do both. And business kind of took over. Anybody who's a business owner knows that just kind of runs your life. You're never off the clock. And so I ran the business for about 7 years, and I was still writing songs. Wasn't gigging, wasn't playing, even though I had an album out. But just got to a point where the business was successful, but I felt like I was just more passionate about music than anything else in my life. So my wife somehow agreed to me selling the business.
I like
to
when
my
you
partners
said that.
And becoming a poor musician.
I like the way you said that. You said, well, I talked my wife into that. That's hilarious. Sorry, because I know that was a long discussion. That was a series of discussions. I understand.
It was years in the making, for sure. She agreed to let us become poor musicians, and so here we are, just kind of chasing the dragon, as it were.
All right, and I'm telling you, you're doing a dang good job, Nate. And I'm not gonna let you just breeze over the fact that what's the name of that studio that your buddy's got going, because that sounds like one of my favorite places that a lot of people are recording at. Say that name again.
Yeah, it's called Wire Road Studios.
Yeah,
and
You're not going to
it's in the Heights in Houston. He's put together a phenomenal facility. I mean, he gets all sorts of genres out. Dave's got one of Beyonce's producers who's worked out of that for years. I mean, guys like Seinfeld has come through. They've done work on if you've seen a TV show, any of the big time TV shows, they've done audio work on. I mean, you walk in there, all the accolades they have on the wall will blow you away. But I mean, it's a top notch facility.
Well, yeah, Nate. You see, look, that's awesome that you got an opportunity to record there, and I hope you continue because that's a great facility, like you said. But let's talk about 1845. Let me tell you what. First of all, I like the name. The name drew me to the song more than me hitting play, because I like anything talking about the old days and the Wild West and all that fun stuff. So how did that come about?
Yeah, and I love history. I'm a history buff, and I grew up in Houston, but I spent time out in the mountains of Idaho and Utah. I went to college in Utah, Salt Lake City, and I have a love for the Rocky Mountains. And recently, my wife and I were living in Idaho where we were running the business, and man, we missed Texas and the South, and just the barbecue and the like the live music, the dancing, dance halls. I mean, the live music circuit just isn't anywhere like you can find in Oklahoma and Texas. And so we moved back in 2021, and I don't know if you remember that really bad snowstorm that hit January, but we brought that with us from Idaho. I just want to apologize to everybody.
Yeah, please do. Nate apologizes.
It was our
folks.
fault. Yeah, we moved down that week thinking we were escaping the cold, and we brought it with us.
Oh,
so I just
man.
want to apologize.
That was seriously cold.
I was the only one in my neighborhood that had a snow shovel, though. Like, I had a really clean driveway that week.
Well, yeah, you could have made some money on the side, too.
Right, I should have. I mean, when we moved back, it turns out that summer I really missed the mountains a lot. I mean, there's just something about being in the mountains and the open range of the Rockies is just, it gets into your soul, just like I think, the Texas Red Dirt music does.
Oh, yeah, man.
And so I thought, man, I don't know if any of you have seen a map of Texas in 1845, but it used to stretch up through New Mexico and Colorado, up through parts of Wyoming. And of course, Texans are real proud of the Republic of Texas, that we used to be a country at one point.
Yes.
And we don't skip a chance or an opportunity to let people know, right?
Right.
But,
and they just got to celebrate Texas Independence Day not too long ago, too.
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody has to hear about it,
Yeah.
But, for me, it was like, I wish we had the old Republic so I could have the Rocky Mountains and I could have Texas. I'd have the best of both worlds under one state flag. For me, I wish Colorado and those mountain areas were still felt like San Antonio, and we could go get the barbecue and the live music in those areas just like we could down here in Texas. And so really the whole song 1845 is just about really combining those two and throw me back to the old days when we had a little bit of both. So I had the best of both worlds, and the song came out great, and it's been climbing the charts real quick, and we've been just super thrilled with it. So,
well, you know what, Nate? I love that you put it that way. So I'm going to allow you to introduce your song. We just going to put right into it, and then we'll come back and talk about touring efforts and how folks can get a hold of you. So go ahead and intro your song.
Hey, y'all, this is Nate Burnham, and you're about to listen to my new song, 1845.
Got a little to-do in my heart of an open range and a billion stars. Waking in snow-covered peaks on a cool morning in July. But I got a little wailing in my soul, loving backbeat southern rock and roll. Why I can't have both in this life, man, I don't know. Hey, so take me back to another time when I didn't have to choose between these state lines. In that lone star wave in the wind under Rocky Mountain skies back in 1845.
Hey, this is Raven Caden. I got some exciting news from the Billingsley family of dealerships. Find one near you today at BillingsleyUSA.com, where you can find all the information on every dealership within the Billingsley family and information on service. It's all under one web address, BillingsleyUSA.com. Celebrating 60 years of the Billingsley way, standard of excellence before, during, and after the sale. 98.7 Red Dirt Rebel, Oklahoma's home for Red Dirt, a little true grit, Red Dirt, Texas, and a little outlaw country. And you can follow us on the social suspects like Instagram and Facebook under the same name, but by all means, check us out anytime online at foxradio.fm. Having a great time. We just got through listening to 1845 from Nate Burnham. And hey, Nate, I'm telling you, I love the picture you painted with that one. That's some good stuff right there. And do you have any other, projects in the can, And I know you're going to tell us a little bit about touring and how folks can get a hold of you. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
We've got 3 albums out. If you want to check out more music, you can check out all the music that we put out thus far. We've got, we're always recording, writing, putting out new. We're going to ride 1845 for as long as we can, of course. And we got another song in the can I've been sitting on for a couple of years that we're going to put out, I believe, this summer. I mean, we set the release date for eventually. We don't have a set one, but it's just eventually right now. Okay. But it's called Guitar in My Hand, and for me, I think it's one of the best songs written, and I'm excited for it. It's going to have its day in the sun, but if you keep your eye out for Guitar in My Hand coming out. Obviously, we're doing a lot of touring right now, and you can check out our tour schedule at nateburnham.com. It's got links to everything. Our single last year was a song called Firebird that did really well for us, and we put out a music video with it. It got picked up by the Trans Am community, so we're heading up to Missouri this summer or this spring to play at a Firebird festival. Man, I'm so excited. I'm going to go hang out with just drive classic cars and play music for a couple of days, which I'm stoked about. But
can you take me with you?
I know, right? I know. It's kind of like the best of both worlds is just classic cars and music. My other thing is like hunting and music. If I ever have a chance to do those two. But but we're going to be making a run through the Midwest and the Rocky Mountain states, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, all those states this summer. So just check out the tour schedule and see if you can come out and catch a show.
Hey, man, I love how you just put it all out there. And I want you to go to nateburnham.com and figure out where a show is within 8 hours. That's my stipulation. Right. My thing is, if it's within 8 hours, I'm there.
hey, I definitely need more fans like you. That's dedication.
Yeah, it's definitely dedication. I drive a Ford Focus. I drive like a F-150. I know. Just deal with it. I mean, I know it's weird, but hey, there you go, public. That's the weirdest thing you'll hear today. But Nate, thanks, man, for taking the time to talk to me today. And yeah, by all means, enjoy the road and all its successes and keep on keeping on. And you're not going to be a stranger here. You're a good buddy thus far. And I look forward to spinning the new single, the eventually, quote unquote, when it comes out.
Yeah, it was eventually.
Yes, and I love that. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, eventually will be out soon. So as soon as eventually comes down the pike, we'll definitely be spinning it here on The Rebel. And like I said, thanks again, Nate, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you, Raven.
All right, you've been listening to 98.7 Red Dirt Rebel exclusive interview with Nate Burnham. Check him out at a show near you at nateburnham.com. We'll be right back with some great music. Stick around.